this came about because I noticed that when you're in school or university or some jobs, you've just been conditioned, or you've conditioned yourself to use your body a certain way, your voice a certain way, and your posture a certain way. And sometimes it's all unconscious. We don't even know we're doing it. And we don't have enough variation. So we're not being as influential as we can be. How many follow? Now, you know that you have a certain pattern way you use your voice, your posture, and your hand gestures. And so what we want to do is create some variation. Now, how do you communicate with influence and have even more charisma or be more charismatic? So charismatic meaning that you can attract people's attention and be influential. That's what it is. Now, the body language is you want to have variation in your body language. So if you are sitting there on a Zoom trying to sell someone, or even standing and you've just got your hands like this all times, then you're not going to move them emotionally the way that you want. If you can complement what you're saying with your hands, then that makes you extra influential. How many follow? Okay, so that's hand gestures is one way we can use that body language. The second thing is your posture. Some of us, like, we try and influence people, but we're slouched over, or we're more closed in our posture. And so it's hard to influence people sometimes when it's just one way of doing it. And then the third one is voice tonality. Sometimes you need to slow it down. And you notice if you slow down when you say things that you really want to have impact, and you take your voice down, it has more influence. How many follow? All right? And you get really good at it when you notice when you're on Zooms or sales calls where some things you really want to say and you just slow down all of a sudden, and people feel this calm. And word by word can have more impact, especially if you take a downward tonality on what you're saying, on the things that you want to really convey to them to receive. So you can have here a command tonality and a low pitched voice that communicates certainty. And when your volume goes up, it's made a mistake here, but when your volume goes up, it actually communicates more uncertainty. Like, hey, do you want to do this exercise? So it goes up, doesn't feel right. But you'd be like, no, right? So that voice tonality is going to change. So most people struggle because they don't have enough variation in their body language, their voice tonality, and also in their body language, and so they're less influential.